For centuries, humanity has searched the universe for aliens. We built giant telescopes, sent messages into deep space, and stared into the darkness, waiting for someone to answer. But what if we've been asking the wrong question? What if the aliens aren't hiding among the stars? What if they're already here? What if they're us? At first, the idea sounds ridiculous. After all, humans evolved on Earth. Our fossils are here, our history is here. Everything we know says this planet is our home. But what if that assumption is wrong? What if somewhere in humanity's forgotten past lies a secret so enormous it would rewrite everything we know about ourselves? Tonight, we're exploring one of the strangest possibilities imaginable. Not that aliens visited Earth, but that humanity might be the alien civilization. Every human being grows up believing one simple fact: Earth is our home. It seems obvious. We were born here. Everything we have ever known exists here. But science advances by questioning assumptions. And sometimes the biggest discoveries begin with the simplest question: how do we know? Imagine meeting a person with complete amnesia. They don't remember where they came from. They only know where they woke up. Would that prove they were born there? Of course not. Now scale that question up to an entire species. Human civilization has existed for only a tiny fraction of Earth's history. Modern recorded history covers roughly 5,000 years. Agriculture appeared around 12,000 years ago. But Earth itself is more than 4.5 billion years old. That's like reading the last sentence of a book and assuming you know the whole story. Could there be chapters we've forgotten? Could there be origins we've never discovered? The idea sounds impossible. Yet some scientists have seriously considered a related question. Not whether humans came from space, but whether life itself did. And that's where things start getting interesting. Let's separate science from speculation. Here's the established science. Scientists have discovered organic molecules throughout space. Amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, have been found inside meteorites. Complex carbon compounds exist in interstellar clouds. Comets carry water. Asteroids carry chemistry. The ingredients for life appear surprisingly common throughout the cosmos. This led to a fascinating scientific hypothesis called Panspermia. Panspermia doesn't claim aliens created humanity. Instead, it proposes that life, or the ingredients necessary for life, may have traveled between worlds. Imagine microscopic organisms trapped inside a rock. A massive impact launches that rock into space. Millions of years later, it crashes onto another planet. If those organisms survive the journey, life could spread from world to world like cosmic seeds. It's a real scientific hypothesis. But there is an important limitation. Even if panspermia is true, it doesn't explain where life originally came from. It only moves the mystery somewhere else. And then there's an even stranger idea: directed panspermia. The possibility that an advanced civilization intentionally seeded life across the galaxy. No evidence supports this idea. But if it happened, Earth might not be the beginning of our story. It might simply be one chapter. Everything you're about to hear is pure speculation. There is no evidence for it, but it creates an intriguing thought experiment. Imagine a civilization millions of years more advanced than ours. They spread across hundreds of star systems. Their technology becomes so powerful that crossing interstellar distances is routine. Then something happens. War, resource collapse, artificial intelligence, a cosmic disaster. their civilization begins to fall. Desperate to survive, they launch colony ships carrying their descendants. One of those ships reaches Earth. The settlers arrive, but something goes wrong. The technology fails. Knowledge is lost. Generations pass. The descendants forget where they came from. Stories become myths. Myths become legends. Legends disappear entirely. Thousands of generations later, those descendants call themselves human. Again, there is absolutely no evidence this happened. But it raises a chilling question. If our distant ancestors forgot everything, how would we know?
The universe contains hundreds of billions of stars. Many have planets. Some almost certainly have conditions suitable for life. So, where is everybody? This mystery is known as the Fermi paradox. If intelligent civilizations should be common, why don't we see them? Scientists have proposed countless explanations. Maybe intelligent life is rare. Maybe civilizations destroy themselves. Maybe they're too far away. Or maybe we're looking for the wrong thing. Speculation alert. What if some civilizations survive by spreading across the galaxy? What if most alien civilizations eventually become colonies of older civilizations? And what if humanity is one of those forgotten branches? Not independent, not unique, just one tiny leaf on a much older cosmic family tree. Again, there is no evidence for this. But if it were true, the search for aliens would suddenly become a search for our own ancestors. Now, let's return to reality. Modern science overwhelmingly supports the conclusion that humans evolved on Earth. The fossil record shows a clear evolutionary history, stretching back millions of years. Our DNA links us directly to every living organism on this planet. The evidence is extensive. And so far, nothing suggests extraterrestrial origins. No alien DNA, no mysterious genetic signatures, no artifacts proving an off-world civilization. Could future discoveries change that? Possibly. Science always follows evidence. But today, the evidence points firmly toward Earth, which means the alien-human hypothesis remains speculation. A fascinating possibility, but speculation nonetheless. Now, imagine one day, everything changes. Not because a spaceship lands, not because aliens invade, but because a group of scientists makes an announcement so extraordinary that at first, almost nobody believes it. The evidence is examined, then re-examined. Laboratories around the world verify the results, and slowly, an impossible conclusion begins to emerge. Humanity did not originate on Earth. At first, most people wouldn't believe it. After all, this would be the biggest discovery in human history. News networks would debate it for weeks. Scientists would challenge it. Governments would demand proof. Millions of people would dismiss it as a mistake. But the evidence would keep surviving every test, every challenge, every attempt to disprove it. And little by little, something extraordinary would happen. Humanity would begin to accept a new reality. Not that aliens exist, but that we might be one of them. For thousands of years, we've divided ourselves into nations, cultures, languages, and beliefs. Yet suddenly, those differences might seem much smaller. Because no matter where we live, we'd all share the same astonishing origin. Our ancestors came from somewhere beyond Earth. And for the first time in history, humanity wouldn't be looking into the night sky wondering who was out there. We'd be looking up, wondering where home really is. But as fascinating as that possibility may be, there is one important problem. We have no evidence that it's true. At least, not yet.
Maybe that's because humanity truly evolved here. Maybe Earth has been our home all along. The fossil record points in that direction. Our DNA points in that direction. Everything we've discovered so far points in that direction. But the universe has a habit of surprising us. Again and again, it has revealed that reality is often stranger than our assumptions. And when we look up at the stars, one mystery remains. Did life begin here? Or are we part of a much larger story stretching across the cosmos? Maybe we're Earth's native children. Maybe we're descendants of a forgotten civilization from another star. Until we know for certain, one question will continue echoing across the universe. If we're not alone, who were we before we arrived? What do you think? Are humans Earth's first intelligent species? Or could we be visitors who forgot where we came from? Like and subscribe to What If First for more what if scenarios.